Hi everyone, this is Todd from UXly Software, the creators of OneShot API. Today we're going to walk through 7702 style transactions in OneShot API. So we have a GitHub repository for you. Link is in the video comments. We forked the OKX Core Wallet, which is designed for EIP-7702 smart contracts. So you'll want to clone this. And what we've done is we have copied the contents of their existing smoke test scripts directory, and we've replicated what their examples are doing. So the first one is going to be an initialization script. It basically turns your EOA into a polymorphic EOA smart contract. And then the second one shows that once you've done that, you can now delegate execution to gas sponsors and have really nice user flows in your DApp using OneShot as a relayer. So that's what we're going to do. So clone this repository and also log into OneShot API, create a free account. Okay, so if you go into the scripts OneShot demo directory, open the README, we've got all the directions here for you that you can follow at your own pace. But first thing we're going to want to do, if we come back to OneShot, let's create an escrow wallet that has an escrow wallet for the Sepolia testnet. So come here, enter a name, choose Sepolia testnet, fund it with some testnet funds. Also come over to the API keys, create some new API keys, and you're going to copy both of those. And then also your OneShot org up here, be sure to come over to the organizations, go to the details, and grab your organization ID. So we're going to take all those variables. We're going to copy at the root of this repository, copy.env example, copy that into .env. And then inside of your .env that you create, put your OneShot credentials here. Also, this variable right here, wallet core, replace it with this value since we're going to be running it on the Sepolia testnet. Put that here. And then lastly, you will need your own EOA, your own EOA private key and its address. So for instance, if you have MetaMask installed, come over here to MetaMask, click that little hamburger menu, go to account details, show private key, copy that, and dump it into your .env. Once you've done that, you're ready to go. So I've got the command right here ready for you to run the first one. You have to run the first example first. This is what actually performs the authorization for external code to run as your EOA. If we walk through the code real quick, what's happening here is, we're grabbing that wallet. We're creating an authorization data object, which is described in the EIP-7702 standard. So we're creating that, packing it up, signing it, and then the rest of this code is just boilerplate, making the example dummy proof. We're checking whether or not you've actually created your OneShot escrow wallet and funded it, and then we're checking whether or not you have already an endpoint for this EOA that you are delegating code access to, and if we detect you don't have it, we create it for you. And then the last step here is we're just executing it. We're just executing as if it was a regular OneShot API endpoint. The only difference is we give to the execute call our authorization data. If you give authorization data to the execute command, OneShot API automatically turns it into a compliant transaction type, and you can do really cool gasless relays in your apps with OneShot, very little code. So if we run this, we copy this example, copy that, and we've already have our OneShot account, and we've entered the variables into our .env file. If we just run this command, should just execute for you and print a few things to your screen. If it's successful, you should see an execution ID printed out to the terminal. That's your one-shot execution ID. And if we just jump over to one-shot real quick and check out the transaction history, here's that command that we just ran. If we look at it on the Sepolia block scanner, here's our transaction hash. So we successfully submitted that authorization on behalf of our client DOA, and now our client DOA can behave as a smart wallet. The second example just shows that once you've delegated code access to your EOA, you can do fancy things with it like batch transactions. So this second example just shows how to do a batch transaction with one-shot API with the OKX Core Wallet. Pretty much most of this code is just ensuring that you have the right transactions imported into your organization account. And then the last step, the execute, is taking your signed payload from the user's client-side EOA, submitting that as a standard transaction. This example actually isn't a 7702 style transaction. It's a standard transaction, but it shows once you've used, for instance, OKX Core Wallet, you can delegate the actual gas-intensive executions to somebody else like one-shot. And that concludes the walkthrough of the forked OKX Core Wallet and how to run the examples with one-shot API. Let us know if you have any questions. Hit us up in Telegram. Leave us a comment in the YouTube video, and stay tuned for more examples in the future.